Hi guys, and welcome to my review of my Citizen ProMaster Eco Drive radio controlled, unofficially a Skyhawk watch because it has the Skyhawk movement, and because of that you will find it online referred to as a Skyhawk. This particular model with this look originally was badged as a Citizen Atessa. Atessa is a line of watches manufactured for the Japanese domestic market. They're generally of a high quality and they have things like sapphire glass. This watch, for example, is sapphire glass and titanium band, so it's a high product watch. I discovered this watch when I was researching Citizen Skyhawks. I was saving photographs of every single Skyhawk I found, the model number, the prices, and I thought, well, this would be great to put on the internet because there is no place where you can see every single Skyhawk. So if you go to facebook.com/Citizen Skyhawk, you'll find my fan page where you'll find every single model of Skyhawk, including the unofficial ones such as this. I chose this of the Skyhawks I wanted to get because I just thought it was very eye-catching. A lot of the other Skyhawks are beautiful to look at, but also very busy. Some people find them a little too busy. I'm going to make separate videos for the functions of the watch. It is a very complicated watch, and because of that, instead of having a 30-minute video going through all the settings, I'm going to do a few videos to tell people how to set the time or how to set up a home city, how to get the radio tower to sync the time correctly, things like that. So just a few things about this watch. I'm just going to put it in front here. So here we go. This side here is an internal bezel. So you see that? If you like to use a bezel, such as diving or just in general you like a quick way to mark the time. So for example, you set it there, you go for a jog, you'll notice that the minute hands move to say 10. You are jogging for 10 minutes. That's how a bezel works. It's a quick way, instead of going into the chronograph stopwatch, you just simply move that there, and up to 1 hour you can mark the time. This watch is both analog and digital, so on the left here it's on Sydney time, on the right it's also on Sydney time. So what you do is you pull out the crown to one position, and then you use these buttons here to go up and down through the cities. Let's say LAX time. There we go. If you're somebody who prefers to have your home city as the digital, or let's say I want Sydney to be the digital and I want LAX to be the analog, pull out the pin one more feature, hold down both at the same time and they will switch. So I'm going to go through these features. We have a calendar, and as you can see, the calendar is set on a city. Pull out the pin one spot, and you can change the calendar to the city of your choosing. We have a countdown timer up to 99 minutes. We have a chronograph. Got very nice sharp beeps, which I like. This mode is simply to configure your world time, so you can, let's say you're a pilot and you only travel to 6 cities regularly and you like to change the time. It can be frustrating having to flick through 43 cities or 44 cities on this watch. So you can actually go, alright, I'm going to, let's say I want to get rid of all these cities. Well, you pull the pin out twice and this is where you turn it on and off. If it's on set, it will be displayed. If it's on off, it will not be displayed. So you actually have to use this pin, pull it out once, find the city you want to do something to, either put it to daylight savings time or just get rid of it. Alright, let's get rid of Denver. It's off. And then we have 2 alarms, and again you can set an alarm for a city. So let's say you're in New York but you want an alarm to go off at 3 p.m. London time because you want to make a phone call with somebody in London. You can set that here. This is to configure things to do with the radio control signal, such as at what time it syncs in the morning. This watch will sync to a radio tower a few times a day. I'm just going to briefly talk about radio control time. So radio control time is what the military uses. There are towers that broadcast time, and the time they broadcast is set with an atomic clock, so it's as accurate as it gets. So if you're lucky enough to live in a zone that is close to a radio tower, this watch will be syncing 3 times a day, and you can rest assured you have a very accurate timepiece. So the watch, what you do is you make sure the home city, let's go to time. I want to get this, sorry, pull it out once. I want to get home time to Sydney. So on the left is Sydney. So the first thing you want to do when you're syncing is to find the city that you're in and make sure it's in the left display there. That's called the home city display. Once it's in the left display, it's going to sync automatically, or you can do a manual sync and you hold down the bottom button, sorry. And if you look at that dial at the bottom there, because I put Sydney time, it knows that the closest tower to sync to is in Japan. So right now it's trying to look for a signal from Japan. In Australia you will get a low signal, so on the side it says low, medium, high signal. During the day it picks up a low signal, but often it won't sync. I'm not too sure if while I'm asleep at night, because of the radio waves are clearer, there's less noise from other things. I'm not sure if it's been able to sync to Japan, but that is the closest place. If you're in North America, I believe it's in Colorado, and in Europe it's in Germany. Okay, so we'll get out of that mode. So overall, this watch, it is probably my favorite watch to wear, but on the wrist, I'll show you it on the wrist. As you can see, it looks very nice on the wrist. The problem with people have with this watch is you have to manipulate this crown, and doing so on your wrist can be annoying. So we're in time mode here. It'd be great if I could just use these buttons to quickly change the city I'm in the digital display. But the top one does a light, and the other one's just used for trying to sync the time. You have to pull it out one, make sure it's not 2, and then try to do it. And some people find that a little too finicky, a little hard to do. Other than that, this is a great watch, and I've been complimented by complete strangers for this watch. I think this particular model is quite unique looking. It's sort of hard to describe what the look is, and because of that, I find it to be a very unique watch. I'll be making a couple of videos talking about the features and how to set some things, so look out for those videos. Thank you.